The season of politics is here with us, and President Uhuru Kenyatta, it appears, has come out in the open. Soon, we might be treated to his menu. It is said that in a recent Jubilee PG meeting at State House, Uhuru Kenyatta came out openly. And if what he said is true, it would mean he's no longer hiding his support for Raila Odinga. And therefore, William Samoei Ruto must be prepared to deal with his boss, Uhuru Kenyatta. But before I talk about that, let me thank our viewers, subscribers, and followers for continuing to send in videos. This is an important election to this country. This is an important year in this country. And therefore, we want to have a national conversation so that we remain one united people, so that the elections come and go. But more importantly, so that we elect the right person. I thank you all who have sent in 3-minute videos. Please continue to send them. We will air your videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Remember to send through the email hermanmanyora22@gmail.com. Now back to our main story. Uhuru is now in the open. Today I wish to advise William Samoei Ruto to remember there is a line he should not cross. He has made several attempts to cross that line. When Uhuru comes out in the open, if I were Ruto, I'll be afraid. Very afraid. Contrary to what some people are saying, that the incumbent cannot decide things to do with his successor, let me point out they are very wrong. A man in White House as president has enormous powers. A man at State House has a lot of powers and resources at his disposal. If he brought this power to bear on an election, I know many people are citing 2002. I've argued that that is not read properly. Those who say Moi got it wrong, I've always asked them, who is the president of Kenya today? So somebody in power has a lot of resources at his disposal. If he brings these resources into an election, so how is Uhuru going to do this? Just a tip of the iceberg. Recently, it is reported SG Raphael Tuju says the difference between Uhuru and Ruto has to do with the president learning that William Ruto, his deputy, was planning to impeach him. That Ruto had approached Raila Odinga so that they could put their numbers together and get rid of Uhuru Kenyatta. That Uhuru moved faster and looked for Raila Odinga. This is dangerous. Not dangerous because a DP trying to impeach a president is dangerous. It is bad. It could even be dangerous. But I'm saying this is a dangerous card. If this narrative is floated outside there by Uhuru himself to his people, and not floated, just floated. As an expert in communication, I can tell you there are many ways this can be done. He can make it public. He can also share it with his people in local dialects, Sagana, elsewhere. But he can also hush it up. He can also speak in whispers. And that is dangerous. That I loved this guy. I had undertaken to have him succeed me. But he wanted to stab me in the back. And since Uhuru is a custodian of the intelligence, whether that be true or not, he can Photoshop it and make it look true. And it can be a very dangerous card. So William Ruto, be wary of Uhuru entering this race. Something else. The president, in this case Uhuru Kenyatta, can make certain moves that can destroy Ruto. In the recent past, for example, we have had the political parties bill. It has made Uhuru come out as a man who knows how to play politics. What has it done to Ruto? It has smoked him out and made him say things you do not expect a deputy president to say. In public rallies, speaking at his president, calling him out. Remember, I've said before, everybody ako na wenyewe. The moment you poke your fingers into people's, the moment you hit at Uhuru, you are hitting at his people. Kenyans are his people. But you know what I mean. So what is happening? A bill like that may have been used specifically to irritate Ruto and make him say things out of turn. Look at it this way. What is it Azimio couldn't do that it required a law to do? There was Jubilee coalition in 2013. There was Code coalition in 2013. There was NASA coalition in 2017. Did they need a law? Look at the current political parties bill. No, not bill. The current amendment before Parliament. The election amendment law. About transmission of results, about airing live, and so on and so forth. Look at Jubilee saying they don't even support it. ODM the same. Therefore, you can see that these things are meant to irritate. And you are falling right into the trap, William Samoei Ruto. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta will begin to make administrative changes, appointments, deployments and redeployments, sackings. All these are at his disposal. All this will irritate William Samoei Ruto and smoke him out. And therefore, as we go forward, the red line, Ruto is crossing that red line, but in a zigzag manner. He crosses, he comes back and crosses. But soon he will jump over it. And it will be very difficult. And therefore, my advice today, like I said from the beginning, is for William Samoei Ruto to be aware that with Uhuru Kenyatta into the race, the game is no longer the same. When you are dealing with an opponent who it is very difficult to read, as in the case of Uhuru, you must be very careful. A man who looks like he's not even in the game, but who is always in it for the long game. Such opponents, even in any game, are always very dangerous to play against. That is Uhuru for you. And therefore, as we move into the election proper, William Ruto should be prepared for hard tackling from Uhuru Kenyatta. The things he's going to say, especially now that he intends to go around the country, but specifically around the mountain, bidding people farewell. You know what farewell means. When people are parting, their emotions are high. Always remember that a human being is a psychological bundle. He is a network of emotions. Picture Sally Koske at State House crying as President Moi was leaving State House to board a military chopper to take him to Kabarak when he stopped being President of the Republic of Kenya. Sally Kosge's tears represent and symbolize the emotions that surround departure and farewell. When you are in college, the day of parting, the last week of your stay in university or college, when the people are autographing those books, some people are shedding tears. In my community, there were songs that were sung when a girl was leaving home to get married. You listen to the songs and tears roll down the cheeks. In this emotionally packed season, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to bid these people bye-bye and goodbye. And the things he says during this time, when emotions are packed, when people are shedding tears, as it becomes clear beyond doubt that Uhuru Kenyatta is leaving State House, my friend, some of the things he will say will have far-reaching consequences. The people that Uhuru intends to carry along with him will very easily be taken on board because of the timing, because of the emotions. And therefore, this is just being the tip of the iceberg. This being just the beginning, I can see William Ruto walking into a lot of trouble. I can actually see his bid getting into a lot of trouble. But I pray for him.